Let's continue the session. You've done this. Ini cerita dia tadi. Now that we know that the fatty acid dah masuk ke dalam adipose tissue. We know that already. Daripada pinggan tu, kita punya eat menu tu, opor ke, kari ke, rendang ke, it's already travel, digested, and then ada absorption into the bloodstream, and then kita ada uptake of the lipid ataupun adipocyte uptake, dia ambil fatty acid ni ataupun triglyceride into the adipocyte. Remember this, if you come across perkataan site, those are maksud dia sel. Adipocyte, hematocyte, lymphocyte. Site tu meaning cell. So adipocyte, sel lemak ataupun sel lemak. Kalau myocyte, myo means muscle. Myocyte, site is cell, muscle is muscle. Cell, muscle cell. So macam itulah. So this is the structure will help you to understand the digestion, absorption right here, and then uptake. Uptake means the lipid, the adipocyte will take the fatty acids. Okay, what's next? Sekarang, this is the part when we're going to talk into the process of beta oxidation. Be reminded that beta oxidation have not yet happened. Ini baru masuk dalam sel lemak. Baru masuk dalam adipocyte. Not yet beta oxidation. So what happened when we have this fat dalam tu? Dah ada dalam adipocyte. Dia duduk situ lah. Sama ada we want to store it ataupun we want to oxidize it. When we oxidize it, meaning that we need energy. If recall back what happened. We jog. Ini akan guna beta oxidation. We're going to use the energy from fatty acids. Maybe we cycling, slow cycling, we walk. These are all activity that use beta oxidation. What else? We go for hiking, you hike. You just walk slowly, at the same time you breathe in, you breathe out, right? So that will use beta oxidation. What if we sprint? Lari dengan laju, sprinting, pecut? Tak. It will not use beta oxidation. They're more on phosphagen system and glycolysis. But if you run further and further, sampailah 10 km, sampailah 21 km, you go for marathon. These are all we use beta oxidation. Or in the morning, you go for brisk walk. Makcik-makcik pagi-pagi, bangun pagi, jalan. Dia akan pecahkan lemak lah. You will break the fat. So when it comes to the lipid, tissue ni, the adipocyte ni, masih belum berlaku beta oxidation. Kenapa? Because beta oxidation can only happens if that fatty acids goes into the mitochondria. Now, recall balik subjek yang kita ambil, I think you have taken cell biology, where we look at the organelle, we look at the cell structure. One of the organelles is known as mitochondria. Dalam mitochondria tu ada banyak fungsi. They have many roles. If for energy production, it can go for beta oxidation, it can go for thermogenesis, it can go for calcium signaling, many things, many function. But one of it is beta oxidation. So, macam mana ni? Kita punya fatty acids dalam adipocyte. Macam mana nak bawa fatty acid masuk ke mitochondria? There must be a way to do that. Okay. Because why? Beta oxidation happens inside mitochondria. In the matrix mitochondria. So, dia berlaku di situ. So, kita kena bawa fatty acid kita masuk ke dalam mitochondria. Bagaimana? How are we going to do that? So this is the one that we're going to discuss. I'm going to go to the next slide. So before I explain this to you, let's understand the structure dulu. Fahamkan struktur ni apa. So this is the double membrane lah dua lapisan fosfolipid. And then kat luar sini, this part, this is cytosol. And then we have this first membrane ni, outer membrane of mitochondria. This is the outer membrane. And then we have intermembrane space. And then what else? Kita ada yang tengah ni, inner membrane. Recall balik. And then we have the inside of mitochondria ialah matrix mitochondria. So again, we have fatty acid di cytosol. Kita nak masuk dalam matrix mitochondria. We need to get fatty acid into the matrix mitochondria. Otherwise, there will be no beta oxidation. Don't talk about beta oxidation unless the fatty acid in the matrix mitochondria. Okay, kat mana matrix mitochondria ni akan ada for beta oxidation? Muscle, liver, adipocyte, heart. Kan yang tadi awal-awal tu, yang kita tunjuk tu kan? Let me go quickly. Supaya, alamak, dia pun dah terkejut dah benda ni. Ya, sekejap mari kita lihat. Ni. Recall balik. Muscle cell, liver cell, heart cell, adipose tissue. These are all where we need to get our fatty acid into the mitochondria. Otherwise tak boleh lah nak buat, tak boleh nak lakukan beta oxidation. Dia mesti berlaku di matrix mitochondria. It must happens in the matrix mitochondria. So how are we going to do that? Okay, you have to move from outside cytosol into the matrix mitochondria. Bagaimana cara dia? Okay, begini I'm going to explain you one by one. I'm going to walk you through it. So you just imagine this structure. Imagine kita adalah fatty acids. Imagine yourself, I am a fatty acid. So what happened when we have a fatty acid? It is not activated. We need to have that fatty acid in activated form, bentuk aktif. Kalau glycolysis, bentuk aktif dia glucose 6-phosphate in glycolysis, G6P. Kalau glucose tak boleh lalui glycolysis, mesti activate dia. So kita ada phosphorylation. So dia jadilah glucose 6-phosphate. That is for glycolysis. But for beta oxidation, we need to have fatty acid activated. How are we going to do that? We're going to add coenzyme A or CoAsh. Ni nampak tak kat bawah ni? Fatty acid and CoAsh, coenzyme A. When fatty acid and CoAsh combines together, it will form what is known as acyl-CoA. Acyl-CoA. So if you look here, acyl-CoA is an active form. Dia bentuk menjalani beta oxidation. Okay, look at this green thing here. This one is known as acyl-CoA synthetase. Acyl-CoA synthetase. Whenever you see perkataan synthetase, ingat ni ni tips. Whenever you see synthetase, it must synthesize something. Dia ialah menghasilkan sesuatu melibatkan ATP. Macam tu. If you come across something synthase, only synthase. Synthase, there's no involvement of ATP. If you come across synthetase, it involve ATP. Nanti kita tengok lagi Okay, now that fatty acid and CoAsh combines to form acyl-CoA, and then what's next? Boleh tak acyl-CoA masuk dalam matrix mitochondria? Oh, tidak boleh. Tak boleh. Acyl-CoA cannot go into the mitochondria. It needs a carrier. It needs pembawa untuk bawa acyl ini. Dia tak boleh masuk dalam acyl-CoA. There's no pore for it. There's no protein channel for it. Okay, what happened? Kita ada satu carrier ataupun protein lain yang akan bawa dia. That protein names is carnitine. Banyak benda pula nak cerita hari ni. Carnitine. So macam mana ni? Acyl-CoA dah ada CoAsh. and then we have carnitine. How are we going to switch? We're going to switch the carrier. Tadi kita ada acyl-CoA. Acyl-CoA. Nama dia acyl-CoA. So the second step is where we're going to have carnitine acyl transferase 1. It's an enzyme. Carnitine acyl transferase. You tengok dalam enzyme, the second word tu, you nampak, if you see transferase, transferase mean the process is about transferring. If you come across transferase enzyme, that is ada transfer. Kita nak transfer apa? We're going to have this carnitine bind to acyl. Instead of CoAsh, we're going to change the carrier into carnitine. Now dia ada nama baru. Just now we have acyl-CoA. Now the name is acyl-carnitine. What's so special about acyl-carnitine ni? Kenapa special sangat? Acyl-carnitine, dia boleh melalui a protein pore. Dia carrier protein kan? Dia boleh masuk melalui inner membrane. Acyl-CoA tak boleh. Acyl-CoA cannot. It cannot. Remember that membrane are selective. Kita belajar membrane ialah selective membrane kan? Selective apa terpilih. So acyl-CoA cannot, only acyl-carnitine. Therefore, CoAsh kena dikeluarkan and then you're going to add carnitine to it, it become acyl-carnitine. Acyl-carnitine. So this acyl-carnitine goes into the matrix mitochondria and then dia dah sampai matrix mitochondria. So are we ready for beta oxidation? Not yet. Because beta oxidation can only start with acyl-CoA. Dalam acyl-carnitine tak boleh. Dia mesti dalam bentuk acyl-CoA. So macam mana nak buat ni? Kita ada one more enzyme similar to this enzyme which is known as carnitine acyl transferase 2. Carnitine acyl transferase 2. This acyl carnitine, apa yang dia buat ialah it will exchange. Just now we have carnitine, just now we have CoAsh, we switch it with carnitine. Here we have carnitine, we're going to switch it back with CoAsh. So hasilkanlah acyl-CoA. That is how it happens. Okay. Bagaimana kita, do you know analogy? Kita just bayangkan analogy lah. I've been to UNY before. Dekat pagar tu you have that gate kan, gated area kan. Pagar what do you call it? Pagar lah kan. Luar UNY tu, university tu kan ada pagar kan, keliling dia kan. You just imagine that is kita punya outer membrane. Just imagine, terpagar kat luar tu itu outer membrane. And then the building kat dalam tu, the building dalam tu, the wall is inner membrane. And then kat dalam tu ialah kelas. Kita buat analogy. Just imagine you are a fatty acid. You fatty acid. So you nak masuk ke pagar, you need to have something that allow you to go in. What will that be? Matric card. Kad ID pelajar kan? You semua dapat matric card kan? So kalau you ada matric card tu, you boleh masuk. So you can do analogy, your matric card ialah you punya CoAsh. So you jadi acyl-CoA. Okay, sekarang dah masuk. Nak masuk dalam kelas. Tak boleh nak masuk lah. Because you dalam bentuk acyl-CoA. You must have something so that you can go into the class. You nak dapat apa? You can use apa? Buku. You can assume that, oh, I have books. So by having this book, I can go in. I have buku biokimia, I can go in. So you pun masuk because you are sekarang acyl-carnitine. So you masuk dalam kelas. Dalam kelas you nak belajar, oh tak boleh. Because you are acyl-carnitine, you must become acyl-CoA. So you can ditch that CoAsh, now you become acyl-CoA. Bolehlah melakukan beta oxidation. So that is more or less how we're going to understand the concept of moving the mobilization from fatty acid into the matrix mitochondria. So this is important. This is very important because fatty acid in the cytosol, we cannot break it. Tak boleh nak pecahkan. We cannot break down fatty acid unless it is in form of active form. Active form dia apa? acyl-CoA. This is the active form. So how you going to travel into the matrix mitochondria? In form of acyl-carnitine. So how you going to go into it? Kita ada protein carrier kan? So it goes into the matrix mitochondria. So can we do beta oxidation yet? Tak boleh. Cannot. We cannot do any beta oxidation. Because why? Beta oxidation can start with acyl-CoA. So kita change saja dia punya carrier. Just change the carrier. Now dalam fatty acid-CoA and then we're good. Okay? Give you a few seconds for you to absorb balik this whole story. I'm just narrating it. Tak ada nota. You just look at it. Same things. And then take a look at it. Maybe a few seconds dulu before we go for your punya self quiz. Quick check. Okay. Alright. Identify the enzyme, identify the substrate, identify the intermediates, then you'll be good. You'll be fine. Okay, I'm going to go to the next slide sekarang. Cepat sikit kot Okay, same juga top worksheet tadi, different code. So di sini you just copy the code, just copy that code and you can do it later on lah.